Andrew. What are you doing with the feedback? Don't just ask everyone in the surveys, oh my God, I filled out another friggin' survey. What are they gonna do with it? Nothing's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna change. And then the quality of what you get, not so great. But if they know you're gonna do something with it, you're gonna get quality answers. And that's gonna improve your culture. Training and time. We began asking people, what's the training you know your people need in order to be productive? But then we asked them, people themselves, what training do you need? They were two totally different lists. The people themselves said, tell me how to do my job. And leader says, tell them how to be accountable and tell us how to motivate them and tell us what they need for management and tell them about imposter thinking. And we need them to it wasn't that both weren't equally important, active listening, those things, but we need to have a combination of both. We need to find out from people what's important so you can strategically decide where you're going to implement that and and is it coaching or is it training or is it a combination? So now we're going to do a bit. We got some time. Before we hear from our panelists this afternoon, before you hear any more from me, Steve and I are excited to get you guys talking about some of this. We want to tap into your experiences in this and see where we are. And we want you to have an opportunity to meet a few people here. It's a networking event. So let's engage. In a moment, I'm going to ask everyone to stand up. And we are going to go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions. And every time you see the slide shift, what I'm going to ask you to do is go find a new group and answer the new question. You're going to be clustering yourselves into groups of 3 to 4 people. If you end up with 5, that's fine. But I want to make sure you have enough time to actively get a chance to listen to the other perspectives as well as share your own. If you are someone who likes to listen first, use today as an opportunity to contribute maybe earlier in the conversations, lean in. If you're someone who's a very high comfort contributor, like to use a lot of words, take this as an opportunity to step back a bit, listen first, and then speak. Okay, but balance it out. Everyone's listening, everyone's talking about this. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to discuss social interactions. I'm going to pose a question. So I'm going to repeat again, and then I'll see what questions you have about what you're about to do. Leaders really ask, what questions do you have? They say, do you have any questions? Our default answer is no. We don't like to look stupid. What questions do we have? See if there are any questions about the instructions. I'm going to get you up and moving. You won't hear from me again. When the slides move, you move. I'm going to encourage you to move across the room. Find an open space. Speak to as many different people as you can today in this group. When the slide, after the T, another slide will come up that says come back to your table. So you can leave all your stuff here. You don't need to take anything with you. These are just in-the-moment conversations. What questions do you have about what we're about to do? All right, well then ask a friend. All right, here we go. Ready? Everyone stand. You're going to immediately find a different group of people to speak with that you are not spoken to yet today. How many of you today spoke with someone you had never yet met? We all did. When I do this with companies and organizations, if we were virtual right now, you would have had the same exact experience. I know for some of you, like, you can't have the same experience, Erica. My entire graduate thesis was about how to enculturate values by bringing the system into the room through effective communication. So how do you recreate that experience using technology online when you've got people in a big group and you're bringing them together? I would have done the same thing with breakout rooms. Same thing. Small group conversations, certain amount of time, switch you independently, moving you through for the conversations so you can have the conversations. I want you to think about how frequently your teams have opportunities to speak in small groups of 2 and 3 about something that's not necessarily about the work, and or how to bring people across from different